Now, I want to spend a little time on these 4 states of consciousness. This is a model that was originally created by Michael Beckwith, and it's a very useful tool when we're talking about abundance. Notice number 1 in the bottom left, it says to me. This is what I'm talking about with victim consciousness, the consciousness that wants to blame, the consciousness that is, oh man, it happened to me. It is my boss. It is my partner. It is my programming. It is my trauma. Whatever it is, I'm the victim of it, and I can't move out of that because I'm stuck in this victim consciousness. That's a really tough place to be. Many of us are there, and we can be there in one part of our lives and not in another. So recognize that this is really a powerless place, and really you're operating unconsciously because you're not utilizing the power of thought to shift yourself out of that. But if we utilize these other 3 quadrants, that ability to shift out of that victim consciousness becomes easier. Now let's look at number 2, by me. By me. This is the ego position, the egoic position of, if it's to be, it's up to me, and only I can do it, and nobody else is going to be there to help me, and so I'm going to create it. And when I create it, I know it's me, and I am the creator, I'm the manifester, I'm the doer, I am the one, I am the power. Okay? Now, feel how good that feels. And it works really, really well until it doesn't. Until something happens where the structure you created as the doer falls apart. That downfall we call the dark night of the soul. And so you can see this diagonal line between 2 and 3 because it brings you to your knees. This is when you surrender. Now, the word surrender has never been one of my favorite words, but I've worked with it, and now I understand that surrender is actually release into. So I allow whatever that thing is, the ego perspective, the victim perspective, I allow that to be released. And then open myself to the potentiality, to the consciousness of experiencing myself as a higher consciousness. And allowing that to come in through me. So I become a vessel rather than the ego that's causing it or the victim that's the result of it. Once that happens, then there's an evolutionary shift, a transformational shift that moves people out of through me into as me, where it is a partnership with the divine consciousness that you are. So you are in partnership with abundant consciousness. You are in partnership with abundant love. You are in partnership with the power, the peace and the power to create the life you want. And that is as me. So as we go through this training, start to recognize where you are in each of these places.